What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we're going to take a look at some more questions that you guys have regarding the Social Security Fairness Act. So we're going to focus on that in this video. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video. And if you're watching this video and you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, next email is coming from Barry. It says, "Hi, David. I have a question that I cannot seem to find the answer anywhere. I'm hoping you can answer it for me. I received retroactive pay as a result of WEP. The retroactive pay begins January 2024, but when is the last month the retroactive pay concludes? Social Security says new monthly amount will appear in April payment, which would mean for March, the retroactive pay would include up until the March payment, which would mean 14 months for back pay. If this is correct, the retroactive pay I received makes no sense. Any ideas?" And so each case is different, so I'm not going to be able to tell you exactly if it's correct or not. You can contact the Social Security Administration. I would wait until late April to do that. But when it comes to the increases, there are a few things that are at play here. So lump sum payments, if you've asked for them to deduct your taxes, then they've already done that. And they'll do that for the retroactive check that you're receiving as well. So the numbers could look off as a result of that. And then you have to also look at January. So we're looking at realistically, it's about 13 months because it's going to be from January 2024 to January 2025. That's 12 months. And then February, that would be an additional month. So that would be 13 months, not 14 months. So if you're calculating it as a result of 14 months, it's not going to come out right. But ultimately, wait for that letter. When you receive that letter, then you should be able to look at it and it'll show you exactly how they got to that number. Okay, next email is coming from Lee. It says, "Hi, David. My name is Lee. I am a retired federal employee who is on CSRS offset and Social Security disability. I had my Social Security reduced due to WEP, and I received a lump sum payment on March 5th. I was originally supposed to get a payment of $7,043, but because when I applied for my disability, they overpaid me. I was still paying them back, so they took out what I owed, and I still received $4,036. My monthly payment went up by $900 minus $185 for Medicare, which will give me $1,700 per month." Okay, Lee, thanks for that update. Now, when it comes down to it, yes, if you owe money to the Social Security Administration, they probably will take it out of that lump sum payment. And so just be aware of that. So you might look at your numbers and think, oh, well, they're off. Well, they're off. They could be off because you owed money and you were paying it back. And now they have an opportunity to take that money in that lump sum payment. Okay, next email is coming from Veronica. It says, "In November of 2023, I was interviewed by an SSA representative to see if I qualified for spousal benefits, who immediately told me that based on my TRS annuity, I had completely eliminated any benefits due to the GPO. Because I didn't qualify, she didn't complete an application for me. The only record the SSA has is a letter that was sent to me in October of 2023 notifying me that I had a telephone appointment the following month, which was November of 2023. Since no application was taken by the SSA rep in November of 2023, I was told I did not qualify for the retroactive pay and would have to apply now to start the spousal benefits. I don't know if this is standard procedure for the Social Security Administration not to take applications if a person's benefits were at the time completely eliminated by GPO. Are there others in my situation, and what have they been told?" Okay, so I have seen cases like this where the Social Security Administration tells you, you know what, you're not going to receive anything, so there's no reason for you to apply for the spousal benefits, which I think is a huge mistake. And I would agree with you 100%. They should do the application anyway and then deny you. That way you have record that you applied back then, and then you would qualify for this retroactive check. And so now you're going to have people that are in this same situation, which is really, really unfortunate. And I'm hoping that the Social Security Administration will look into this and maybe at a later time say, okay, they do qualify for this retroactive check because they would have applied. And the only reason that they didn't is because the Social Security rep told them not to apply. So hopefully they'll start looking at these cases. Maybe there can be an appeals process where you can say, you know what, I should have qualified, and this is the reason why. I had this appointment. It was set up. I talked to someone, but they told me that I shouldn't apply. So I'll be interested to see what happens with this. Now, if you guys are in this situation and you've contacted the Social Security Administration, let me know what they've told you. So you can send me an email, david@thetecshow.com. Okay, next email is coming from David. It says, "Hi, David. I enjoy your show, and it has been a great resource of information. I have a question. I have not received my back pay as of yet. Several of my friends have received it. I know that the deadline is the end of March, and that date is quickly coming. My question is, on what day of the week does the SSA pay out the back pay amounts? Do they pay it on our normal SSA payout day? Mine is the last Wednesday of the month. Should I expect it before then?" Okay, so they haven't been paying it on normal dates. So they've just been pretty much, when they've processed it, then they're sending out those payments. And when it comes to the Social Security Administration, their goal is to get everything out by March when it comes to the lump sum payments. But if it's past March, they might be looking into your case a little bit more, so it could take a little bit more time. So they didn't say they would have everything out by March. As a matter of fact, if you look at the Social Security Administration website, they still have some cases that they're working on. They show the progress. And so they are still working on cases now, and it'll go into April, and it could go even later than that. So if you haven't received it in March, you still could receive it in April or May or June or July. And so just keep your eyes out for the check. And then also, if you haven't received it by the end of April, you can contact the Social Security Administration saying that if you haven't received your lump sum payment or you haven't received your monthly increase, contact us at the end of April. Okay, and this email is coming from Michael, and Michael says, "Dave, thanks for all your updates. My wife received her lump sum and a letter outlining her new Social Security benefit. A few questions. Number one, how do you determine if the new calculation is correct? Number two, is there a way to determine if your Medicare premium was deducted from your back payment? Number three, is your spousal benefits equal to 50% of the higher spouse's benefit? The recalculated amount of my wife's new benefit is less than 50% of my benefit. The letter received from Social Security does not provide any details other than the amount. Thanks for your help with this, Mike." Okay, Mike, so you had some good questions there. When it comes to how do you determine the calculation, if you are unsure, and I tell people this, if you're comfortable with the amount, then you're comfortable with the amount. If you are unsure, you can contact the Social Security Administration. However, I would wait. I would wait until the end, at least the end of April, to contact them and just say, "Look, I've been going over these numbers and I'm not really comfortable with them. I just want to make sure everything is right. It's not laid out in the letter, and that's why I'm calling you." So that's what I would do in a situation like this. And I'm sure you probably also can request that they send you information showing how they got to that number. And we'll see if they're able to do that. And if they are able to do that, let me know. Make sure you send me an email, david@thetecshow.com. But that's what I would do. Now, when it comes to the spousal benefits equal to 50% or higher of this spouse's benefit, when it comes down to it, they're going to do their calculations to figure out what your wife would qualify for under spousal benefits. And so I can't go any further in that. That's something else that you're going to have to talk to the Social Security Administration about. So the bottom line is, if you have questions, you need to contact the Social Security Administration, because they're the ones that are putting the information out to you. They're the ones that are sending you the check. They're the ones that are saying that these calculations are correct. And so you need to contact them if you want to make changes or if you think that it might not be correct. Okay, this email is coming from Deborah, and it says, "Hi, David. I watch your show all the time. You do a great job in informing the people about what's going on. My situation is I am a 63-year-old retired teacher of 30 years. I do not have all my credits to get Social Security as of yet. I currently have 34 credits. I worked in a school district that did not pay into Social Security. I paid into a pension. Will I receive a retro payment under the Fairness Act? As of today, 3/16/2025, I have not received anything. I am in the process of contacting my local Social Security office, just asking to see if you can answer my question. Thank you, Deborah." Okay, so Deborah, there's one thing that I want to go over here. You said that I am a 63-year-old retired teacher of 30 years. I do not have all my credits for Social Security. Okay, this is important here. So you don't have all your credits, which means that you don't qualify for Social Security benefits currently. And so if you do not qualify for Social Security benefits, then you're not going to qualify under Weapon GPO. The only way that you will qualify at this point is if you're applying for spousal benefits or survivor benefits. That's the only way, because you don't have those credits. Now, if you're working and you're continuing to work, you're retired, but let's say you're working part-time or you're working even full-time, and you're paying into Social Security, so you're paying into FICA, then at some point, you will qualify for Social Security benefits if you work long enough. Then at that point, you can apply for Social Security benefits on your own record, and then you'll qualify. But as of right now, you're not going to qualify for anything unless you qualify for spousal or survivor benefits. So I hope that helps. So those are the emails that we're going over today. Remember, you can send me an email, david@thetecshow.com. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.